we're going to be starting a new Longplay. But what is that Longplay? I don't know yet. But you know, because you're going to be voting on it right now. Your reward for sitting through some glorious, if esoteric, Caesar. Let's actually load up a map tab in the background. I really liked Edelweiss. Edelweiss? I don't know. It was very little work to eternalize the city, and it's just like, Oh, I love these high-rise patricians. You can get a shot of them and the mid-tier pleb housing as well. Beautiful. Right, you will be choosing what this Longplay is. And these are our options. So, I've got up for choices. Mass Effect. I'll be doing the trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. I've never played them before. I don't think I'll be playing it on a particularly hard mode, but I do intend on genocide routing, killing as many named characters as we can, because I've watched Helden play it quite a bit, so I vicariously have the Mass Effect experience. But he's too much of a wimp. He refuses to kill people. I want to shoot Rex dead. I want to send off Grunt into the airlock and whatever else can be done. So that is one of the options. The other is Crying Suns. Haven't played this, but an ex-colleague of mine highly recommended it. Kept telling me to check it out. I never did, but now there's a chance for it because it's going up to vote. X4 is also up. Now I played X3 for a little bit a while ago, and I mean a very little bit. And I didn't think it seemed all that great, but having watched Alpha play a lot of X3 now, I really want to see what X4 is made of. He's never going to play it in this lifetime, so here's my chance to actually dig my teeth into it. Not really sure why I bother tuning in to vote when I have 1k. Cheers, weekly one shot. Vote better, Finboy. And finally there's Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. I have not played Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. I've kind of waited for it to come out of early access, but it spent so long in there that I lost all interest. But I do like the concept of the game, and I did play Mountain Blade Fire and Sword, and I thought, well, if you remove about 90% of the jank, there's a pretty enjoyable experience there. So all of these are pretty unknown to me, at least gameplay-wise. So it's a bit of a shot in the dark, but I'm at least not the one that has to take the shot. I do, however, have to set up the poll here, so hang on, I need to get this one ready. New poll, next Longplay. And this Longplay will start in 2 days. That's why I'm doing it today, so I have time to set it up. Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, Genocide. There's not enough space for genocide, so it's genocide. Crying Suns. They are merely Crying Sun. It's not the weeping song for them. X4 and Bannerlord. You have 3 minutes to decide, starting right now. And with the power that we have, we can actually show the live count. There we go. So it looks like straight away it's between Mass Effect and Bannerlord. Bannerlord is the only non-space game on the list, so it kind of has the advantage of anybody that doesn't like space can funnel their votes into one particular game. Bannerlord is interesting, but it gets boring fast, says Gorgia. Well, that's not necessarily a problem. You'd think Caesar 3 would get boring after a few thousand hours, but I still play this game from the 1990-somethings. Finboy says Mass Effect is so good. Unfortunately, Finboy's so terrible at voting that they do not have the powers to put that into action. Alright, it's worth bringing up the fact that with my votes, if we ever have a tie, the next one wins. So let's say Bannerlord and Mass Effect came to a tie, it would currently be X4 that wins. So this is just a way to punish people who are just so half-hearted that they can't put a clear lead on their chosen game. I'm not sure that's ever actually had to happen in one of our votes before, but it's always there, as a rule, looming over it all. Has there ever been... Yeah, I can't think of... It was very close in the past. We did have a... it was the same percentage, but one had like 2 or 3 votes over the other. What happens if there's a tie between first and second, but also third and fourth? Then I have a severe problem and I have no idea what to do in that case. I'll think up something very arbitrary to do. Mass Effect is going to be 40 to 120 hours of tepid BioWare writing. So I often talk about writing in games that I don't like. I actually think Mass Effect is very well written. I think it's fantastic. I haven't played it, of course, but I have watched it through from start to finish, I think 3 times now, courtesy of Helden. Oh yeah, the wheel decides isn't a bad idea if we end up with a tie on all fronts, but I also like the idea of just loading up Draken. Jake, who are you? Where is the real Jake? Only one person can stream Caesar 3 the way I do, Plo, and you know it. It looks very, very tight here. Mass Effect and Bannerlord are struggling for any sort of advantage as we come to the final half minute. And if it does end up in a tie, looks like X4 is taking the bacon here. Is there even an end to X4? I'd have to consult on my favourite Spanish, German, Japanese friend on that one. Do you remember what species Grunt is in ME2? He never mentioned it in combat. I don't know, we'll have to refresh that when he enters the Blood Rage. Alright, so it looks like Bannerlord is taking a clean victory here. Mass Effect scrubs have no retort to this. 40 votes in the dust, and we'll be checking out our own private army in the only non-space game in this list. Squeaky Fen saying, thank God. X4 literally puts me to sleep. Right, well, I'm going to have to get my hands on Bannerlord. I'm pretty sure I don't own it, although I'd have to check that. But, very curious, isn't it? Where'd all these votes come from? Fortunately, we know that, or we can know that, if I can bring out the vote breakdown here. Funny, I thought it gave it in a different way. Right, off you go. Game images here. And then kindly show me this. No, not that. We don't need all my incriminating bookmarks. There we go, that looks a bit better. So. Be able to see real democracy in action here. Show me the vote breakdown, please. So, cut it off here. Don't mind me. There we go. So, Bannerlord with 81 voters. Mass Effect was 73, so it really was the popular vote here that won. But who backed it? It was Nick. What's he done to his name? Nick has put in the guts of 100,000 for it. Kaladin also backing the banner. Little Nez, Imobi, Xanax, Zealous, Tom, Klingman, where Dr. Klingman, Silindor, and Triscara. So quite a lot of love for the Bannerlord. Who were the Mass Effect people that just couldn't enact a Mass Effect on the voting here? Plo himself. You're laying into me, but you're unable to actually back your choice hard enough. Jake, I'm not here to gamble, so nothing lost. I got those points from the Christmas scrubs who decided they want to give and not take. What a freaking drench. Well, it's good to know that all those people who, at Christmas time, wanted to give points away, gave it to Plo so he could throw it on a doomed mission. Suicide run on the collector base, if you will. Darth Air, Doc, Liz, all losers. They don't even bother to be named. I'm wondering if there's any people that voted here, but also on Bannerlord, but I'm not noticing any. Crying Sun, well now that is sad. But it still beat X4. Nobody has any interest in X whatsoever. 13 people. Bazzy Joe and Why Not SA decided to put a little bit in before seeing how fruitless it was. But nope, it's Bannerlord. I will fire that up, try and figure out how it goes and what's to be done with it, and also come up with something for tomorrow. But for today, going to enjoy myself a luxury Roman dinner for all that I have achieved in Caesar 3 today, and I'll be on the lookout for more maps. Palmar has a few up his sleeve. I will be checking those out and triaging them for further campaigns. Although, didn't John say he was working on something? No, I already got John's work. Oh, I'm just mentally blocking pain. In any case, I'm droning on now, which means it's time to end, so cheers for joining for today's streams, and a cheerio.